I have a question that I want to ask you. This question is the same question that Jesus asked someone in the Bible before a miracle happened. And this question is very important. And this question is a question that you have to ask yourself. Will thou be made whole? Will you be made whole? When Jesus asked this man this question, there was a man who was suffering and he was experiencing a debilitating infirmity for 38 years. And he was looking for help. He was like, he needed someone to help him to get to the pool that was going to bring him healing. But he said there was no one, but he was talking to Jesus. And Jesus asked him, will thou be made whole? Do you believe? A lot of times it's our unbelief that's preventing us from getting healing, from getting to the next level. Yes, there's things that God allows to happen. There's a lot of pain and devastation and trauma and hurt that He'll allow to happen, but He wants to use that for His glory and for your story. He doesn't want us to stay stuck in the past. The fact of the matter is, yes, it happened. I'm sorry it happened. You can experience so much trauma and things like that. And it's so easy to stay stuck there. And it's so easy to be bitter. And it's so easy to be broken. And it's so easy to allow yourself to stay there and not get to the next level, to be free and to have life. God wants to give us life and life more abundantly. But the question that you have to ask yourself, will thou be made whole? Will you allow yourself to be whole? What he was trying to get to this man, what he was trying to get him to understand, it was by faith. He didn't have to go to the pool. The power was already activating, and the power is faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God, and faith without works is dead. There's something you got to do. You know, you got to get up. He said, pick up your bed. He had a bed that was like his crutch. Jesus told him to pick up his bed. So you got to get up. You can't stay stuck there. Yes, the stuff happened, but don't live in the past. It's so easy to harbor unforgiveness. It's so easy to harbor bitterness. But it's time to get up. Will thou be made whole? Will you allow yourself to be whole? Do you believe? He was trying to get him to believe. Do you believe? Do you believe it's possible for you to have life and life more abundantly, regardless of what the world is talking about, regardless of the bad news? There is good news, and the good news is of Jesus Christ, that He's able. And because He's able, you're able to have the things that He has for you. There's healing in Him. There's joy in Him. There's victory in Him. He's called us more than conquerors. More than conquerors. That's not just a conqueror, but more than conquerors. And that means regardless of what you've been through, regardless of the scars, He wants to use that for His glory and for your story. So the question you got to ask yourself is, will thou be made whole? Will you be whole? Do you believe? And that's also something that you got to ask God, Lord, help my unbelief. Help me to believe, God, despite the stuff that I've been through. Because that same God, we still have to trust in. He allowed this stuff to happen. We still got to trust in Him. Just like if you stub your toe, you don't stop walking. If you get into a car accident, God forbid, you don't stop driving. If you get your heart broken, you don't stop loving. You keep loving and you get back up and you try again. And that is faith. But you don't put your trust in man, you put your trust in God. And even though He allows it to happen, He's making it work. All things work together to the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. If you're not in Him, if you don't love Him, then that's a whole different story. But if you're making a decision to still, regardless of your imperfections, follow Him, believe in Him, then it's going to work together for your good. Will thou be made whole? Do you believe? So, Lord, help our unbelief. That's something that we got to ask God all the time. God bless.